All right, guys, I'm making a YouTube video today. This one's about what I think ranked in Apex should be. And as somebody who's played arguably the most ranked out of anybody in Apex Legends, this is like my official opinion straight up. Not that playing the most means that my ideas are the best, but I believe I have a good opinion on how the game plays out and how I think it would improve for everybody. And not just myself, because it's not fun to run around and kill low ranked players. As a high ranked player, it doesn't make the game challenging, it doesn't make your brain work, and it's not inspiring to watch. And so in some cases there's parts of a rank 1 race that are inspiring, but not all of it. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get this video going. All right, part 1, ranked rewards. Apex ranked rewards are extremely lackluster. I think that skydive trails are okay, but throughout history, taking them away from us is absolutely dumb. Most of the ones, for whatever respective rank you're in, look the exact same. I couldn't tell a single pred trail beyond the Watson pred trail from season 3, like the very first one kind of thing. I couldn't tell that one. That's the only one that looks normal, like looks unique, compared to every other pred trail. Every other one is like some weird pluff of orange smoke or weird pluff of flame, and it's all orange and you can't tell a single thing. And the Watson one's the only one that has any sort of different style to it that I can even look at and see and make sense. The orange color's got to go. There's got to be some uniqueness to the Apex ranked rewards. Skydive trails are great, but taking them away and making them temporary is terrible. And yeah, they just lack any sort of difference. I think they could stay, but those definitely need a rework. Part 2 of what I think the rewards are: the badge is awesome, but that shouldn't even be a reward. That should just be a straight up thing. There's absolutely no way in hell like a reward should be a badge. Like that's like saying that playing pubs gives you a badge of level 345 every time you level up, or level 500 finally. Like that's not a reward. That's just like the truth. That's what rank is. It's not a reward. Having a badge is not a reward. And little gun charm's great, awesome, but that should not be everything. Those two things I don't think signify enough for the amount of time that you have to put in to achieve a rank in Apex. At least with how Apex is right now. Like if Apex was always going to stay this way in terms of the ranked system, where you have to play this much to be able to maintain a rank or this or that or the other, then those rewards definitely aren't good enough. If the game had a different system of how you even earn pred or earn diamond or earn masters in the first place, then maybe it would be acceptable for the low amount of time played, but it's not. So I think things with rewards should be maybe more unique. I'm not saying that like rank 1 through rank 10 need a very special skin that only rank 1 through rank 10 get, and 1 being different than 10, 1 being different than 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that. World of Warcraft has a system in their PvP game. Like for PvPing in World of Warcraft, you get a token once you achieve a certain rating. So a rating in that game being like 2000 would mean that you maybe got to Masters in Apex or something. In Apex, I think that if you had a token system and you got to maybe choose, like, you know how in Apex you have a Predator theme? The way that you have, and I'll put this on screen. The way that you have in-game your Predator badge. You see how there's different variations? Like maybe they go with the theme of the season back in the day. Like the Watson one is like crackling with electricity. Like they just have different like flares to them. And I'm not sure if that even represents the season anymore. I'm really not even sure, because none of it's ever made sense to me beyond the first one. I think that if you had a token and that season's Predator themed skins or Masters or Diamond themed, whatever it is, like if it had spikes, if it had like this little flamey thing, if it had like this electricity thing, like that, maybe like for every character in the game, this entire list, there should be that specifically that season's theme in Diamond, Masters, and Pred. There should be a themed skin that represents the token's theme, or the other way around. It doesn't have to represent the token. The token can maybe represent that theme of the skins or whatever, but you just gotta combine them, make them, you know, on par with each other. But anyway, they'd have to remake the same skins every season to a different theme, so that season's Pred theme would be, you know, different. That season's Master theme would be different. The Diamond theme would be different every season. But after each season, you got to pick one. After each season, or the rank split, whatever, you got to pick one. But I think rewards in this game need to be improved because I don't think we're playing for enough. There's no reason to be. I don't feel like the majority of people feel inspired by skydive trails, badges, which shouldn't count as a reward again, and shouldn't be. I don't think people are inspired by weapon charms nearly enough to be able to go and play a game seriously enough to the point where they are seriously putting their effort in on trying to get a rank and coming out on top of it, motivated every day to try to go for it. I feel like people play this game, the majority of ranked players, especially the ones that are top rated, a lot of them do it to get noticed, which is great. I mean, there's no problem with doing this for your own good. I mean, a lot of ranked players play it for the stream. Their stream grows by being rank 1 pred, rank 2, rank whatever. A lot of people just get noticed in general by being a very high level ranked player. They have aspirations of being a pro player, stuff like that. But in terms of the general public and the general public wanting to be better or wanting to improve, they need a reason to play and to play for. And the rewards now don't inspire a single person, I feel like. Maybe they do for some. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think they inspire me. And I mean, I have stream success. I don't necessarily need to go for it again and be a high rank or whatever, but it doesn't inspire me. So that's my opinion on that. So I think ranked rewards definitely need to be changed. I don't believe Apex Predator should be in Apex anymore. I don't think Apex's rank system should be based off of a ladder of points that you just have to keep adding on points to be able to go up and up and up and up. I think having a playstyle like we currently do, where I'm at a maximum of 350,000 points, I don't think that's a good way to play the game. I think it's uninspiring to play the game for 20 hours a day just to be able to get rank 1 or 2 or 3. I think it's uninspiring to people who watch people streaming thinking that they can do this themselves when they realize, oh, this person's had to put 500 hours this month in to be able to achieve what he's achieved. It doesn't seem like they're going to want to come and do it themselves. They're not going to want to come and play Apex Ranked looking at the time sink that it is. That doesn't seem fun to them. Doesn't seem fun to me. If I watched a Warzone stream and I saw this, I would be like, well, there's no chance. Like, that's just ridiculous. Not only do they have to like start a brand new game and be good, to even have hope of achieving anything up in this direction, the amount of time you have to play and the amount of almost luck that you need almost to win a game as like a not perfectly, not a decent, super decent player. The amount of stuff that you run into, including playing against Preds and Masters as someone who's a silver, gold, or plat, just seems ridiculous. It doesn't seem inspiring. So I don't think Apex should have Apex Pred because I don't believe that there should be 750 people in the top tier of the Masters rank, because that will pit us against them. So what I mean by that is that for anybody that's diamond and below, I feel like whenever you see a pred in your lobby, you instantly complain about it. And as a diamond player, I don't believe you guys should be complaining about it, because I want to remind you guys that the Apex Predator rank is the same thing as Masters. It's just the 750 people that play it the most. They're essentially still a Masters player. They just play it a lot more because they continue to stack points on top of each other. That's all it is. It's all time played. It doesn't really mean that like rank 10's better than fucking rank 700. Rank 700 could be a pro player who just won a LAN event, or he could be in diamond because he doesn't give a fuck about the game. I don't think Apex Predator should be in the game, or I at least don't think that there should be a tier with a capped number of players on top of a master rank to where it pits everybody against each other, because it's just creating a hostility, and it's just creating it's part of the toxicity that is Apex. By having a rank that people instantly complain about, because people think all 750 preds across the world on a platform are going to be in the same game with each other, and that's just never the case. It doesn't matter if you're me or if you're the next guy next door who's a gold, 3 houses down from you. Nobody wants to wait a half an hour for a match to have the exact same rank in the exact same match. If you're anything in the majority of people's ranks, that's absolutely okay by having the majority of you guys being the same rank. But just trying to imagine that the Preds should be in the same scenario is just kind of like, it's crazy. And it's not our fault that we're not. It's not our fault that we're killing whoever we're killing in these other areas, because the lobbies are adding you into our game, or we're getting added into your game, or whatever it is. It's just creating a hostility and a toxicity within Apex that's just not healthy. It's just more of us versus you guys, and that's just kind of how I'm seeing it. So I'm definitely not one for a selective numbered amount of players to be in a top rank, because then it's creating this strife. I also don't think Apex should be based off of ladder. Like, I don't think there should be a leaderboard. Sorry, I don't mind if there's a leaderboard, but I think the game should be more elo based, like Counter-Strike. It's more just based off elo, and so like you don't really know if a game is going to rank you up, but you might just rank up in 3 games versus playing like 20 and ranking up then. Like you really don't know. It's more based on skill for sure. And there could be an unlimited amount of players at Global Elite and Supreme Master First Class, or whatever CSGO rank you want to say. And you don't really know when you're going to get there, but you definitely don't have to play an unhealthy amount to be there. So it's inspiring for the average person who cannot play 9 hours a day to be able to get a certain rank. That's a positive. It's inspiring because you see those ranks in game, and there's not a cap on the amount of players that can be in them. So if you have all these masters who are in a masters game, then it's because they belong with each other and they can play against each other. But when you continue to separate the top tier echelon of players, when there's already like 1% at masters, and you separate that even more, and it's like 0.1 at pred, and then you start to see preds in those games, then it's just more arguing, it's more yelling, it's more being mad at it. And I think it helps that that wouldn't be the case. And then, you could have a game full of global elites or supreme first classes or masters and preds, whatever it is. But that's my opinion. I don't mind if there's a leaderboard in the game. In fact, I think there should be one, so that it can continue to promote players that are up there, or whatever the situation may be. Look at just different systems within the competitive gaming world, like, and seeing how their elo leaderboards work with Face It and Counter-Strike, or just the actual Counter-Strike rank system in general. I also think that anything that goes for competitive should automatically be in ranked. Any competitive rule set that you have in ranked, you automatically match. So if Comp Apex is playing 3 maps, then we're playing the same 3 maps. You know what I mean? That's my opinion on it. For anything fun, or for whatever, I think you definitely take it to pubs. You add pubs, or you add it to a time limited mode, or whatever, limited time mode. Definitely just keep ranked to be a tight, competitive kind of handshake, so that the game can obviously promote its own competitive scene from one of its homegrown playlists. I definitely don't think it should be kind of screwed with around like pubs should be, in terms of things like just whatever you can't do in comp that you can do in ranked, things like that. Whether that be the maps or rule sets or minor tweaks to the ring or whatever it is. That's my opinion. And that's just my opinion on rank, guys. So to summarize, we went over a few points. Those points being, firstly, the rank rewards I find to be completely terrible. None of which seems worth playing for, especially when the reward could be temporary. They don't promote any uniqueness, and I don't even consider one of them to be a reward. A badge is just, it represents what your level is. That is not a reward to me. I don't find that to be anything. 2, we went over how I don't believe that Apex's ranked system is currently working by having a capped number of players at the very top to be competing against players of all different types of ranks. I think that promotes strife and a little bit of anger between ranks, like people who are preds and people who are masters, diamonds, and stuff. That having them being a top rank of masters promotes like, oh, why are you in my game? And it just promotes an anger that shouldn't exist. And we went over the fact that I think that the game shouldn't even be based off of RP stacked on RP stacked on RP. It should be based not on a time sink, but it should be based on quality of matches, which could be found in Counter-Strike or Face It League, or wherever you wanna look. I think it should definitely be changed and edited And I think that ranked definitely, and the fact that it should be on a competitive rule set and match whatever Apex competitive does. That should be my changes to, those would be my changes to rank. That's my opinion on what Apex rank should be as someone who's played it the longest. I think it promotes your brain to be working by having games be harder, which would happen if you were able to have not a certain amount of players at the top, but a good healthy ecosystem of people who are playing against people that are tough to play against, playing in competitive rule sets and or maps, and playing for rewards which inspire them to play better. I think all combined would have people playing way higher quality matches than what we're seeing now, with people in low ranks being in high ranks people's games, and people rushing and doing dumb things and doing plays that they would never have done, and feeling like nothing's on the line, because nothing really is on the line. The rewards are so bad that nothing's on the line at all. The way that RP is, you win 2 games, you can just throw the next 3. It doesn't even matter. So that's my opinion on ranked. Definitely think those things should change. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We'll be going hard in season 24, so we'll see what changes they make, and if they do, and awesome. If not,